about a month ago, I made a video called "Is it worth buying the Ultimate Box?" Something along those lines. I'll put a thumbnail here in which you can click, and as well as animation. Is that how you say it? Whatever. You can click it and go watch it. It was a fun time. Cool unboxing, whatever. I'm not gonna waste your time as far as that goes, but I do want to do a follow-up video as far as the current value as of today, which is the 3rd of September. I'm not sure. Probably tomorrow, the next day will probably be this video will probably be out. But I do want to go ahead and make a count of what is the value of everything right after, and as of right now compared to what it was before. If you didn't watch it, or if you don't remember, I said that the pretty much the value of it was 140 bucks, including the actual card holder and the binder. I know some people don't want me to count those things, but you're getting it, and if you're using it, it is some value. So I just went ahead and used the value of normal or similar products on Amazon just to keep it nice and simple. So that's that. As far as the box itself, it cost me 65 bucks, and then overall at the end of the video was 140 for everything, so the foils and the actual cards. As far as the value for the binder and the box, or the storage holder or the card holder, whatever we want to call it, is 25 bucks. So we'll just start that as a base for the value, comparing it to the old value. And not only that, I do want to give a shout out to everybody who came out to the Untapped Battle Series, or Untapped Box Tournament. DBS Ness, Joel's boy, won it with Red Blue Super Saiyan 3, and as well as Kefla versus that in the finals. Hopefully I can get all the battles out this week. I can't promise anything, but I definitely want to get out the finals so that way everybody can see it, because that was the one that was the most recorded and the one that I can probably upload fairly soon. And then all the other battles that we featured are still in the 4-hour long stream. I know it's a very long thing, but I will definitely cut that up and upload it as soon as possible. After round 2, that's when we started streaming. But definitely want to do that again. I think everything went really well. Again, thank you for everybody who came out. Devin, I know that you went 4-0 and then lost in top cut. That is the curse of the undefeated. Anyway, if you're interested, look out for those videos. Join the Discord, which is always going to be in the description now, and we're definitely going to be doing that in the future. Anyway, so let's get this started. Nightmare Scythe Goku Black. I'm going to go by the market price. I know that these are the actual prices, but I'm going to just go by the market price because it's just a little bit better as far as a rounded value. So this one, so 14 cents times 3, which is 42 cents. Awesome. I might round some of these out too. This one is Limitless Energy Android 17, which is a pretty good value. About $1 each is really good in Android decks. I run 3 of them myself, and as well as Universe 7. It just has a lot of versatility. Plus, I believe this is just when your leader card is green, so it does give a lot of good support for other leaders who are running mono green or some sort of green variant as well. So 116 times 3 plus 42 cents is about $4. We'll keep it simple and round it up. The Deathless Warrior Broly. This is actually still a really good card. I'm glad people are sleeping on it. Hopefully I can come out with a couple deck profiles or something like that, just utilizing this card. This card actually is only for the Broly leader for its effect, or its main effect. You can use this other effect, I do believe. But still, the ruling itself, you need a Broly leader. And for this one, you can still use the old Broly, the green one, and as well as the new one that's coming out this month, I do believe, after you get the promo, going to the remastered movies. So 3 times, about 25 cents, we'll say 75 cents for that. So we're at $4.75. Shadow tokens, we'll just chalk it up as 60 cents, $5.35. This one's getting a lot of play, but I personally don't see the use of it because you have to take a life. A lot of people are using this in Super Saiyan 3, but like I said, I don't really agree with it. I think other blue leaders or anything that plays blue, because I believe you can just take a life and then KO something that's equal or less of value to your energy and KO it. Really good in Super Saiyan 3, but again, taking life as Super Saiyan 3 when, for instance, you're awakened and you're at 4, that's a big for me. So 35 cents times 3, we'll say $1. That brings us to $6.35. Undying Link Zamasu. Really cool in a Zamasu deck. I don't know if it's very competitive, which is why the price reflects that. Not much to say about this one. It's a really good card in a Zamasu deck. You hurt yourself and you get to awaken and or get more cards, and you get to untap. That's pretty much all I can really say about it. So 8 cents times 3, that's 25 cents. That brings us to $6.06. Clownish Terror, or Clownish Destruction Melmon. Not much use again. It's a good card in like a Xeno deck or a like a yellow deck maybe, but it's really hefty at 4. But it does have barrier and double strike, and you get to look at the top 3 and choose one. It's just that you get to, if you don't choose anything, you get to KO something. So we might see some play for this one later on, especially with untapped leaders. So if you play this before energy, you're about to awaken, you can go ahead and choose one card and drop it, fuel your overrealm, and then awaken and untap too. Or you can just go ahead and KO something with barrier and double strike with 20,000. So on paper, this is a really good card. It's just that in today's meta is just not that great. 15 cents for this man, $6.75 currently. I'm sorry, we're about $7. That's about 45 cents. So there you go. And we add that to the total, we're at $32. Okay, that's not too bad. Victorious Strength Gohan. This man is actually pretty good. I use him in my Pan deck. It's a 3-drop for 15k, and then it gets to attack things in active mode, and as well as if it KOs something, they have to take a life. And I think that's really good against free blockers. They have to waste either a counter or cards to combo out, which they shouldn't, or else they're going to be taking a life. Really good card later in the game, especially in a Pan deck. Like I said, you play there for 3 energy, you draw 1, it gains 20k, and now you get to swing for something else. Now, that is about $1. We're going to go ahead and chalk it up at $26 now. Hopefully I'm doing my math right. Now it's Viral Application Cell. Really good in an Android deck. I have been back and forth playing 1 or 2 in the main deck, but it's definitely in the side. And when you do get to use him, it's really not that bad. It's just very situational. Like, this card is very situational against many decks after a Cell Chain, and then playing the 3-drop into another one, and drawing 2 and then 2 tokens is actually really good. But sometimes it just doesn't get to that point. So going off the market value, 44 cents times 3, about $1.30. Okay, about $1.30, so $27 or so now. Going on to the Elegant Assistance Hellas. Really good in a God card, or God or Universe 2 deck. It's a very unique super combo because you get to drop 1 and draw 2. So that's $3 or so. We'll say $3.50 or $30.50. Rampant Evil Majin Buu. Not much to say. It is a Buuhan target, or like a Buuhan deck target, but you do need a Majin leader. So that's kind of a bummer. 8 cents. We'll say $31 now for that 25 cent 3 set. Topo, or Universe 11 leader. I personally don't play Universe 11 with the new Jiren, but the old Jiren does have some play, especially since this man can restand with double strike, and as well as have barrier. So it has some uses. I just haven't seen it played, let alone Universe 11 decks in general. 14 cents, we'll say $31.50. After for a 3 set is 42 cents. Determined Time Leaper Trunks, really cool card. The foil is awesome looking. It's very simple but really nice. He is cool because you get to attack and get 15k and then get a future Trunks, but this man is only 30 cents altogether, so that's a bummer. We'll just chalk it up to $32. Oh, excuse me, $32. Last one standing, Son Goku. Actually a really good card when you get it off. Again, that kind of applies to all the cards in here. A lot of good support for all of the archetypes, which is good. It's just that when you build a meta that that in which you can pretty much throw all the good cards all together or in one place in one deck, i.e. staples, you know, it's hard to use these type of cards and make a competitive deck like that. But that is the meta right now, and 66 cents for 22 cents for 3 of them. We'll say we'll just do 32.50. Force Destruction Mirror, again, same thing. You get to drop 3 cards, but you have to evolve for 5. You know, that's just, those are the breaks. We'll say $33 from here. Force Absorption Nemigra, again, same thing. 5 drop that takes everything from the field, ignoring barrier. Really good, awesome stuff. We'll say 330, 33.30. That is. Sell Junior tokens, which you need for the ultimate box. Well, the one that we just saw. I mean, cool, really cool looking tokens. They are death-defying things of nightmare. So this chalks up to 70 cents. They'll take us to 34 bucks. Indomitable Super Saiyan Son Goku Jr. No one really plays this deck because no one really plays the Lineage Leaders just yet. I'm sure they'll get some play in set 5 and everything gets a little bit more support to slow things down. But right now, he is at about maybe 30 cents per for a 3 set. So there you go. So we're at 34.30 if I do my math right. If not, I'll change it on the screen. But this is where the money is, baby, because now the Force Ejection Mass Saiyan is going to be used in a lot of the Vegeta lock decks, and as with support for the actual to counter Super Saiyan 3 basically. And this is good because now we can chalk up some value here. We can add some value here, and now it's about 10 bucks actually altogether, $10. So that's really good. Same thing for the next one. And if you didn't know, this one is 1 energy, 3 overwhelm, and you take 1 of their energy to warp after if you have less energy than them and you charge 1. So Super Saiyan 3 counter. For Vegito, really good card. You swing, it gains barrier, and they can't attack your leader. So for this man, about 470 times 3, that's 14 bucks. That's really good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's keep going though. Ghost combo tokens, really nothing really to talk about here. 30 cents, the very standard. Same thing for Space Chill, 30 cents, the very standard. Same thing for Deborah, 30 cents, the very standard. A little bit more for Frieza. We'll say 40 cents. Why not? At this point, it should be about 60 bucks with the cooler and the Toa. The Toa is actually an interesting card. If you haven't taken a look at it, is Evolve for 4, and then you gain. It has double strike, and then you gain control of a 3 or less. Basically, they choose 1 out of their hand and gain 3 or less. Basically, so this is actually interesting. But the only caveat to this is that the leader has to be an android. I've seen this played a couple times before, and it catches me off guard. I'm like, why are you taking my stuff? Like, oh right, Toa does that, and she actually stays because of the Xeno Evolve effect as well. But for 4 energy, it's very hefty. If this was 2 energy and maybe a 3 drop at 15k, it would actually be a really good card. But it's not, and it's restricted to Android, so you can't play Super Saiyan 3, do a Toa, even though you can't make them drop, but you can use the 1 drop Toa for some odd reason, and then use 4 energy and gain control of something for them. So you know, so yeah, we'll say 60. And then chalking up this one, the Champa, the Ghost tokens, I think that will bring us to about 62 bucks. I'll just go ahead and round everything as far as that goes. Now we get to the leaders. This one, the Goku, which is a fun leader, honestly. Just you need a pretty good pilot for it. A couple bucks. And same thing for Jiren. They'll take us to about 65 bucks, and then Zeno will take us to 66. Kefla will take us, shout out to Thick Wolverine, to I'll actually give her a little bit more. I'll give her a little bit more because now the pricing is trending upwards. So we'll say 69. This one will take us to, let's say 70, just so we can, like I said, keep the value in itself. And then the powerhouse, the man himself, the Vegeta lock is $10. So that is pretty good. I like it a lot. All right, so let's quickly go through the foils. And I think I probably lost count at this point, but I'll do it in editing. Don't you worry. So the Goku Black is $1. We'll chalk that up. The Android 17 is a, let's say $3. Broly is $3. The Sidra is about $1. Zamasu is 50 cents. Poor Zamasu. Belmon is the $2. We'll say $2. Gohan, oh poor Gohan, I'm about to pick these up. I'm about to foil out my Gohans. 50 cents. Vital Replication Cell, we'll say $1. Hellas, $3 for a good reason, because it's a super combo. Majin Buu, 10 cents. Topo, about $1. Chunks, 50 cents. Last one, Signing Goku, let's say $2. That's actually pretty cool. His foils actually look nice looking. 50 cents for the Mira, 50 cents for the Demigra. $1 for the foil Goku Jr. $5. Yeah, $5. Yeah, let's say $5 for the Massane. $10 for the Vegito. Gotenks is 20 cents. Chilled is, we'll say 10 cents. The Boruto is 10 cents. And Frieza, 20 cents. 20 cents, 20 cents, 20 cents. I'll add all these up, and all these other ones are liters in the actual box itself, which doesn't come in foil. That'd be very interesting. So, I will put the value up on this, and you can let me know exactly what that is, or what you think of the comparison in value. Does it hold up? Do you think it was worth it? I believe still, not even counting everything, because I'm going to do this all in post. I think it is worth it, and I think it is going to hold. I think it did hold its value because of the meta and because of the exclusive leaders itself. You have to buy these or trade and or buy on the secondary market like this in order to gain the leaders. So that in itself is exclusivity, which means value itself. But the other part is that Dragon Ball does have an issue with secondary market because of how the game is. So stuff like from set 1, like Senzu Bean and or maybe not Whis because it comes out of the starter deck, but stuff like Senzu Bean and other stuff like Full Power, like you saw Full Power right now, I think it's still $1. Let's go ahead and take a look. Still $1.30, still trending into $1. It's because of the lack of print. And that drives up the buyouts and the value of them, and people who have 83 of them after the buyout will charge $1 each for a common. So I mean, that's one of the other things. The other thing is that a lot of these cards are very similar to each other. So like if you let's say, I don't know, if you have like I don't, well, just let's go to something. Let's go view all. If you just, okay, we're doing just search. I want to go all of them. There you go. Okay. The reason why Goten is a high value is because there's no other card that does this, right? So that's why all of them are about $3 when it came out, about $10, etc. The Whis is lower because it comes in starter decks and it's easy to obtain, and there's millions of them flying around. Intensifying Power Trunks. It's really the only card that does it. It has 15 crit after you take a life, and it's only in the set 4. But stuff like the Champa is going to be going down because the World Tournament just printed a new Champa. Stuff like the what else? Stuff like the old super combos, for instance. If there's another super combo, which now there is. You don't really have to actually. Wow, few, whatever is 250. Wow, y'all crazy right now. Stuff like that. It's just like there's other substitutes to a lot of different things, and that's kind of what drives down the value. Another part of it is that stuff like Supreme Kai isn't really used other than like the mono blue decks nowadays because it's a little hefty. Same thing for I don't know, like any of the high drops or the super yeah, the super rares that are high drops from, let's say, Union Force like Jiren, or any of the like this card. No one plays this card because it is a 7 drop in which you have to kind of chain or combo into. Same thing for this card. It doesn't really have much value, even though it does have its uses. Returning Evil Frieza, use a lot in set 1 or set 2 really, because it was a strong card at the time. But because of the meta and how things are kind of shaping up, it's just affecting that. And when it doesn't have any uses for that, and because there's so much of it and the replacements and stuff that does it better, that's why these card value drops. But with the Ultimate Box, because it's so niche, whatever you want to call it, it's a little bit easier to retain its value. And we don't really have another answer or alternative to some of the cards that's in it. Plus, it's some of them have good meta sort of things that I've already explained. So, if anything, that was a breakdown. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you kept your box, if you sold your stuff, if you traded them, if you're planning to sell it now, whatever, right? And let me know in the comments. Like, dislike, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.